I'm an electrician living in the Bronx in New York City, and while I felt very keenly about this whole war situation, that we had no part of it at the present time with the attack being made on the United States, I'm in full accord with the action taken by the President and by the Congress of the United States. And I'll do all in my power to work toward that victory, which is absolutely essential.
I was born in China. I'm a student in London at the same time. And the Congress declared on Japan, I'm very happy about. Because Japan's always pick on a small nation and a weak one, and now they pick on the U.S. And I don't think it takes long to clean that war bird out of Tokyo. Well, I received a letter from China lately, and they describe about the condition over there. But our people live on unoccupied territory, so it didn't affect our family much. I was happy about that too. Well, yes, since the U.S. declared on Japan, and it's gonna give a great relief to China, and it's gonna give on both sides a battle. Okay.
I just arrived from Puerto Rico today, and I was informed in the steamship Coamo of Japan's aggression to the island of Manila, or I should say Philippine Islands, and Honolulu. All the passengers in the boat were alarmed, they were excited, and I should say they were of the opinion that this is the right time to lick Japan. That is all.
Just a minute. What is it you want? Just how do I say this? Well, I like to make it a little more. I'm a housewife. I was born in Greece, but I'm an American citizen. I hate war. I love my freedom and independence. As you know, the Greeks, originally they were independent and they loved their freedom. And that's why I am for I am for the President's declaration of war. I'm a housewife. I was born in Greece, but I'm an American citizen. I hate war, but I love my freedom and independence. As you know, the Greeks always fought for their freedom and independence, and I guess that's why I feel the same way about it.
My name is Henry Smith, and I heard the President's speech today, and I think it was wonderful. And I'm on the maintenance staff of City College, and I hope to join up with our forces to help to right the wrong that Japan did to us.
You weren't old enough for the draft, were you? Oh, too old for it.
No, I was in 3A.
Oh, 3A. What do you think they're going to do about these deferred people now?
Well, I don't know. My status will be changed. I know that.
Well, let's see if we can ask the other Mr. Smith something.
All right. My name is Fred Smith. I'm a maintenance foreman. I heard the president's speech in the Great Hall of the college, and I thought it would be a little longer, and I thought it would be more forceful. However, it suited me to a T, and I think that the sooner that we get right down to the business of licking Japan, the better it will be for the whole world, the country especially.
What about the other powers?
That goes for Germany and Italy too. I think that the sooner they're polished off, the better for the country and the world at large.
Short, sweet, to the point. That's very good. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
My name is Saul Scheidlinger. I came to this country 3.5 years ago from Poland. I heard the president's speech, and I think that America is fully justified in defending our possessions. I'm sure that my new adopted country is going to need me now. I'm ready to join the colors of the United States when the need arises, despite the fact that there are only a few months left till I'm going to graduate.
I'm an engineering student at the City College of New York. Although I was born in Europe, I am very willing to be able to
I want to get my wits together. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. I want to get my wits together. I'm a taxi cab chauffeur, and I'm a veteran of the First World War. Wait a minute now, geez, I forgot. Are they holding that up? I'm a taxi cab chauffeur. I'm a veteran of the last World War. When I heard of the sneaky way the Japs started their aggressive war, I was very much shocked. I believe the United States should try their utmost to beat them, gain a victory, and I'm willing to fight again to do my bit towards that end.
I am an electrician living in New York City and wish to state that if the President of the United States has taken only 5 minutes of time of his speech in this crisis, that I will take 1/2 minute in stating that I am full accord with the President, and it was the only thing he could do in this crisis to put the aggressors in their place.
My name is Louis Andrew. I'm a shoemaker in New York. I heard Mr. President's speech, and I think this is a very fine speech. I think this time it's going to start again to give the freedom of the humanity. That means that no more aggression going to be in the future. This is going to be a very historic moment of the American people. And I think not only the American people are going to be satisfied, but the whole world. The whole world was suffering for so many years from aggression of the big sharks. It's the same way as the labor is afraid of the boss when he's losing his job. The same thing today happening when the small people, they're losing their freedom. But I think the United States and England and the rest allies going to help the humanity for the future, and they're going to live in peace forever.
My name is Edward J. Huddy. I am employed as a telephone operator for the city of New York. I listened to President Roosevelt's speech, and I thought it was a very fine speech. I really believe that he sincerely means to end this aggression against democracy, and the whole country is behind him. I served overseas in the last war and know that war is a terrible thing. But I hope it don't last long, and I hope that everybody will cooperate with the president and do everything they can to make it a short, quick war, and that we will be victorious in the end.
I am a substitute postal clerk carrier employed in the New York City Postal Department. I am full of great joy and happiness after I listened to our great president's speech. It has made me feel like a new man, felt that the burden that overshadowed our present crisis has come to an end, and action will now talk the loudest. We will do to our utmost to damn all that fascism and Nazism and imperialism by that large Japanese empire who has endeavored in the past few years to destroy the things that people stand for and want to win. And I see the future. I see only but happiness in the future. I know this will be a terrible struggle, but I know the goodness of man, backed by the fineness of our president and the great preservation of our people, will conquer in the end all that is evil. And thank God we have a great man above us who is our president.
I'm a villain employed in the villain trades in New York City, and I was very happy to hear our beloved president make the speech he did today. I feel that the time has come that we have to get after this fellow over in Japan and destroy Hitlerism and fascism and all that sort of thing. I think we're a little late. I think we ought to started it when Mussolini invaded Ethiopia, in fact. But it's not too late to give this fellow a licking, and won't be very long till he finds out that he won't tread on us, an old standard of an old flag we had when we were born. And I'm only wishing that I was young enough to go, but I have two sons, and I know they'll both volunteer if it's necessary to lick that fella.
My name is Frank Tatry, and I do clerical work. I listened to President Roosevelt's speech, and I am behind him 100%. I thought it was a very good speech. In a few chosen words, it hit the mark. I am 100% for President Roosevelt. I keep talking. I think the time has come when we should all get behind our country. After all, we are all Americans, and we should all be united against these dictator countries who are trying to invade our country and spoil our way of living. We are all Americans, and I once more say I am 100% for President Roosevelt's speech.
My name is Karl Niemkau. I came to this country 3 years ago from Germany. Today, when I heard the President's speech and I saw the United States enter this war, I was fully in favor of this declaration, and I think that the United States entry in this war will bring to a sooner close this great tragedy, and will have a very beneficial effect to the future state of the world.
My name is Albert Hemsing. I'm a student. Well, reactions to the crisis and to the President's speech are varied on our campus. There's been small discussion groups forming all day, people cutting their class to talk over the events. I've hardly had time to think just what everything means. We've been so busy here in the Student Council planning what our part can be, how we can best use our special skills in the national effort. I think that the most important behavior pattern for us should be to keep calm, to remember what we're fighting for, and while we're fighting Japan, to remember that perhaps behind Japan there's Hitler, and since I'm a student of economics, perhaps behind Hitler there is an economic system which, after the battle's won, will present the real battle.
As a man on the street, I am a salesman, meeting all kinds of people and getting all kinds of opinions on the conditions of the day. The work that I do is door-to-door canvassing. I've been asked to give my opinion on the foreign policy of our president. I want it to be distinctly understood that I, as an American, born and raised in this country, am in favor of everything which is beneficial to everyone living in this land. But I sincerely believe, had a different attitude been taken on the part of our president, we would never have to face or be confronted with a condition that exists today. For example, people may say, well, whatever was done years ago was all right. Two wrongs do not make a right. But England, in my estimation, has the territory that England has, what she calls by right of conquest, has been taken by force, might over right. She, in turn, feels that she does not want to lose any of those possessions. Therefore, she has called on this country, Germany, who has the right to expand, and there have been tyrants as great as Hitler. History shows that. And if Hitler would not have racial prejudice, he'd really be a great man because he'd be looking out for his country. But under the conditions, he cannot and must not win. Now we will take the condition of Japan. Japan, who wants to rule Asia and have a Monroe Doctrine, the same as this country, in her way of thinking, is correct. We have no right to condemn. But I believe that Japan has made one great mistake by sending a peace envoy to this country and then stabbing us, as Roosevelt would say, in the back. In other words, having a Bible in one hand and a dagger in the other. But people should not be disillusioned because they are under the impression that they are going to go to a picnic. But that is not so. But under the I just want to get the extemporaneous is kind of hard.
My name is James Pop. I live in New York City. I work on the custodial staff of City College. I think the speech was very fine. And what Roosevelt did, he couldn't do anything else. It was forced upon us. And there's nothing else for us to do but fight. Most people think Roosevelt's speech was fine, and that it's very popular. What he said was very popular, and I know that they're all behind what he's doing now. And whatever he did, I'm sure he did it for the best interests of all the people of the United States.
My name is Richard Kwan. I work for the city of New York. I think President Roosevelt's speech was excellent, and I think it is the only means of meeting the aggression of the Japanese by declaring war. And I think all the people of the United States should be behind the President, because his speech was an excellent performance of his duty towards the people of this state. And I assure you that every working man will be behind the President in his hour of need.
Oh, I have to say,
You can say it. You do.
The one who addresses you now is a Puerto Rican by birth, working in the room service of the Hotel St. Regis in 55th Street and 5th Avenue. I just want to say a few words in connection with the declaration of war. While there were still going conversations between our government and Japan toward a peace settlement between our two governments, and especially shortly after President Roosevelt has sent the last appeal to the Orient Empire, that is through Emperor Hirohito, the Japanese forces stopped our country in the back with the most savage and criminal bombardment over our possessions overseas. Fortunately, our nation is united, and with the tremendous might of our forces and our allies, we will fight through all sacrifices to a final victory for the sake of all free-loving peoples of the world. As a Spanish by blood and an American citizen by virtue of the Jones Act, passed by Congress in the year 1917, I rejoice this historical experience that Costa Rica gave the radical gesture of patriotism in declaring war against the aggressor, being the first of our hemispheric solidarity. I agree very heartily on the declaration of war against Japan. We all stand shoulder to shoulder to defend our democratic principles for us and the entire world.
I'm a housewife in my 16th year and living in New York City. I'm very sorry the United States has to get into this war.
I am a college student in New York City, 19 years of age. I came to this country from Greece 10 years ago. The president's speech, I think, hit the nail on the head. We have been attacked, and there can be but one outcome: the destruction of the forces of tyranny which now seek to oppress the world.
I'm a student of New York City. I am 18 years of age. That is, I was 18 last month. And seeing that the president, his opinions were in favor of war, means I might be a potential soldier in the very near future. Personally, I'm a pacifist, but at times circumstances overrule your personal opinions. I don't believe that the president had any other alternative but to declare war against Japan. And I realize that there's no further use for diplomacy. I believe that the entire diplomatic move by Japan was just a stall for time. And hence, as Mr. Wheeler has said, that the best thing to do now is to lick hell out of it.